Good evening and welcome back to Frankfurt. We are here in the FSLabs A321 CEO with CFM 56 engines. We'll be operating flight Delta Echo 1500 from Frankfurt down to Ibiza, LEIB. Registration number is Delta Alpha India Alpha Charlie. Call sign for today's flight will be Condor 7 Papa Tango. We're expecting a 07 center departure via the Aniki 6 Echo departure. Initial climb out will be 4,000 and then we'll cruise at 330. We'll be squawking 2,000 for right now since there's no ATC online. And we're expecting a runway 24 arrival by the POS 4 November arrival into Ibiza. So we've just began our fueling service and let's get in here. So the first thing we need to take a look at is tech log. So Gen 1 fault, IDG not disconnected, max cruise, altitude 325, ops procedure, so let's write that down. 0422-01 Alpha, refers to Mel, category A. So let's go into our documents. Mel items. Okay. So hold on real quick here. 01 Alpha. Okay, so let's see what that is here. What is this for now? That 2422 01 Alpha. That's what I was missing. 2422. I had 04. Okay. Documents. Mail entries. Okay. There we go. Okay. AC main generator, IDG GCU line contactor. Okay, one may be inoperative for a maximum of 10 days. IDG not disconnected for 50 flight hours. IDG disconnected, whichever occurs first. The flight altitude is limited to 330. And the APU and AC auxiliary generation are operative and used throughout the flight. It's operative. All buses have power. The indication and alerts Remaining AC main generator. The galley automatic load shed system is checked. Okay. So refer to ops procedure. Okay. Okay, flight preparation. Maximum landing is Cat 3 single. APU fuel consumption on. Check the galley automatic load shed system. Supply the electrical now. Before engine start, if the IDG is associated with the main generation 1 has been disconnected, check the disconnect message. Delayed. After engine start, APU master switch on, APU gen push button on, gen 1 push button off, gen 2 push button off. On the electric SD page, check that all AC buses have power. Gen push button operative on, APU gen push button. So we have to operate with the APU on the whole flight. Okay, so now we know. All right. So we'll go refer to that as we get closer here. Okay, EDDF to LAIB. Okay, we need to request our wins. We'll give that a minute to uplink here. And while we wait, go ahead and check our thought notification. Weather EDDF 1025. And 1025. Let's go ahead and request our catering. Okay. Catering has been requested. Quite a bit of fuel load. I'll wait for that. I'm going to go back to this. Okay, galley and cabin. Okay, so let's go back to the overhead. So, okay, so that's auto. 5 so. Okay. 122 VU. So what's that say? So 122 VU S24. 122 VU slash S24. Okay, let's go back over here now. Okay, S22 VU, and then S24. Okay, pop that. Okay, check that part of the operative galley equipment is not. Okay. Part of the galley and cabin ground flight control. Check that part of the operative galley equipment does not operate. Okay, so we're good. We can push that back in. Okay. Push it back in. Okay. Okay, so electric. Okay, so it says if the IDG associated with the inoperative AC main generator 1 and 2 has been disconnected. Okay. Yeah, I don't see a disconnect message. Go back real quick here. Oh, whoops. Cancel. Okay. Alright, are we done refueling? Okay, we're finally done refueling. And we can request boarding. Press. Alright. In it. So, progress page.
Crew bus is coming.
LEIP 24. And, okay. Flight plan. LEIB 24 5 LEIB 24 10, and the radial I want is 61 degrees. Okay, flight plan, departure 7 center, Aniki 6 echo, insert, arrival, LS Zulu 24, and toss for November, insert, okay. Okay, dude, this is a stumper. I'm not gonna lie. So this is gonna be fun. By the way, let's turn this brightness down to 50.
Passengers bus is coming.
All right. All waiting.
Meine Damen und Herren, herzlich willkommen auf diesem Flug. Bitte verstauen Sie, bevor der Sitzes aufbewahrt werden. Bitte schließen Sie die Gepäckfächer, sobald diese voll sind. Falls Sie an einem Notausgang sitzen, müssen alle Gegenstände im Gepäckfach aufbewahrt werden. Bitte schließen Sie nun Ihre Sicherheitsgurte, wir werden in Kürze starten. Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome aboard this flight. Just a reminder about hand luggage. Small bags may be kept underneath the seat in front of you. All other items must be placed into an overhead locker. We'd appreciate your assistance by closing the overhead lockers once they are completely full. If you are seated in the emergency exit row or a front row bulkhead seat, all your items must be placed into an overhead locker, as the floor area around your seat must be kept completely clear. Your seat belts can now be fastened for departure.
Passengers bus is coming.
Okay, we're done fueling, so this can come on. And let's start the APU. a little warm outside, so. Ibiza. And we can disconnect the external power, by the way.
Meine Damen und Herren, herzlich willkommen auf diesem Flug. Bitte verstauen Sie das Handgepäck in den Gepäckfächern. Kleine Gegenstände können unterhalb des Vordersitzes aufbewahrt werden. Bitte schließen Sie die Gepäckfächer, sobald diese voll sind. Falls Sie an einem Notausgang sind, müssen alle Gegenstände im Gepäckfach aufbewahrt werden. Bitte schließen Sie nun Ihre Sicherheitsgurte, wir werden in Kürze starten. Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome aboard this flight. Just a reminder about hand luggage. Small bags may... Head lockers once they are completely full.
Okay.
If you are seated in emergency exit row or a front row bulkhead seat, all your items must be placed into an overhead locker.
Okay, so
The floor
71.8,
area around your seat
33.6.
must be kept completely clean. Your seat belts can now be fastened for departure.
Okay. Curve. And
Cabin crew, all customers are on board. Boarding is now complete.
7 center. NTIS AC off. Okay. Calculate. Okay. 169, 169, 169. So we're gonna go 165. 9. Okay. 2 down 0.7. 2 slash DN 0.7. Flex temperature of 50. Okay. And close this. Close the cockpit door. Okay, let's go. Actually, I want to keep that on electrical. Go. So, go see menu, departure, pushback, depart now. Okay, so come up here, fuel pumps, bleed air, and we're going to start engine number 1. Ignition, and engine number 1.
Aircraft. Please follow the instructions carefully.
And let's start engine number 2.
Vielen Dank für Ihre Aufmerksamkeit. Bitte verstauen Sie Ihr Handgepäck in den Gepäckfächern über Ihren Sitzen. Für schweres und haariges Handgepäck nutzen Sie den Stauraum unter Ihren Vordersitzen. Und achten Sie darauf, dass es sicher verschlossen ist. Bitte legen Sie nun Ihren Sicherheitsgurt an. Zum Schließen Ihres Gurtes führen Sie beide Gurtteile zusammen und ziehen Sie diese fest. Zum Öffnen des Gurtes brauchen Sie nur den Verschluss anziehen. Da jederzeit unerwartete Turbulenzen auftreten können, bleiben Sie bitte wie er zu Ihrer eigenen Sicherheit während des gesamten Fluges angeschnallt. In jedem Fall, wenn die Anschnallzeichen eingeschaltet sind. Bitte suchen Sie dann auch die Waschräume nicht auf. Wir bitten Sie, Ihre Mobiltelefone sowie alle weiteren elektronischen Geräte, wie Musikplayer oder Computer, während Start und Landung vollständig auszuschalten. Sobald wir unsere Reiseflughöhe erreicht haben, dürfen Handys im Flugmodus benutzt werden. Ein Überblick, welche elektronischen Geräte Sie während des Fluges benutzen dürfen, finden Sie in Ihrem
push button is on.
Dieser Flug ist wie alle
Gen 1
Flüge
push
nicht
button
raucherfrei.
off.
Das Rauchen
Gen
ist
2
während des
push
gesamten
button off.
Aufenthalts an Bord nicht gestattet, auch nicht in den Waschräumen. Verstöße haben juristische
that one's
Konsequenzen
off.
und werden
That
dementsprechend
one is
verfolgt.
not off.
Dieses Flugzeug verfügt über 12 Notausgänge. Sie sind mit dem Wort Exit gekennzeichnet. Leuchtstreifen im Boden
Electrical SD
markieren den
page.
Weg zu den Notausgängen. Bitte beachten Sie, dass sich der nächste Notausgang auch hinter Ihnen
Electrical SD
befinden
page.
kann.
Check that all is Gen push button
Die Ausgänge haben aufblasbare
operative
Rutschen,
on.
über die Sie das Flugzeug im Notfall verlassen. Die Schwimmwesten befinden sich unter Ihrem Sitz und sind einfach zu handhaben. Ziehen Sie die Schwimmweste über Ihren Kopf, haken Sie den Gurt ein und ziehen Sie ihn straff. Unmittelbar bevor Sie das Flugzeug über die Notausgänge verlassen, ziehen Sie an den roten Griffen, um die Weste aufzublasen. Benutzen Sie zusätzlich die Mundschläuche, falls erforderlich. Im Fall einer Notwasserung werden die Rutschen an den Notausgängen als Flöße benutzt. Schwimmwesten für Kleinkinder erhalten Sie von unseren Flugbegleitern, die Ihnen gerne erklären, wie sie angelegt werden. Im unwahrscheinlichen Fall eines Druckverlusts fallen automatisch Sauerstoffmasken aus der Kabinendecke. Ziehen Sie die Maske ganz zu sich heran und drücken Sie sie fest auf Mund und Nase. Helfen Sie danach Kindern und hilfsbedürftigen Menschen. Alle Informationen für Ihre Sicherheit finden Sie auch auf der Sicherheitskarte, die sich in der Sitztasche vor Ihnen befindet. Bevor wir nun starten, bitte überprüfen Sie noch einmal, ob Sie alle elektronischen Geräte ausgeschaltet haben und die Sitzgurt geschlossen ist. Stellen Sie nun die Rückenlehne Ihres Sitzes senkrecht. Klappen Sie die Tische vor sich zurück und die Armlehne Ihres Sitzes nach unten. Die Sonnenblenden müssen für Start und Landung geöffnet sein. Wir wünschen Ihnen nun einen sehr angenehmen Flug mit Condor. Ready for takeoff?
Ein kleiner Schritt für Sie, aber ein großer Schritt für Ihre Flugsicherheit.
Okay.
Dear passengers, on behalf of today's crew, may I welcome you aboard this cargo flight.
Supposed to be
We're ready to
disconnected.
take off shortly. For your own safety, please give us your attention for just a few moments.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to familiarize you with the safety procedures aboard this aircraft. Thank you for your full attention. Please stow your hand luggage in the overhead compartments. For heavier and hairy items, use the space under the seat in front of you. And make sure that it's closed properly. Please fasten your seat belt. To fasten your belt, buckle the two sections of the belt together like this and pull the belt tight. To undo the belt, just lift the flap. As turbulence can occur unexpectedly at any time, and in the interest of your own safety, please keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the whole flight, like him. Whenever the seatbelt signs are illuminated, the use of the lavatories is not permitted. Please make sure your mobile phones and all other electronic devices, such as MP3 players or computers, are completely switched off during takeoff and landing. As soon as we have reached our cruising altitude, mobile phones can be used in flight mode. In your Condor magazine, you'll find a list of all approved electronic devices. Like all
Okay,
cargo flights,
so
this
what
is
I'm
a
looking
non-smoking
for.
flight. Smoking is not permitted anywhere on board during the flight. That includes the lavatories. Contravention will result in legal action. This aircraft has 8 emergency exits. They are marked with the word exit. The escape path lighting will lead you to these exits. Please keep in mind that your nearest exit may be behind you. The exits have inflatable slides, which can be used to leave the aircraft in an emergency situation. Your life vest is located underneath your seat and is simple to use. Pull the life vest over your head, close the strap, and pull it tight. Just before leaving the aircraft via the emergency exit, pull the red handles to inflate the life vest. If necessary, blow into the tubes provided. In the event of an emergency ditching, the slides at the exits will serve as floats. Life vests for infants are available from our flight attendants, who will be happy to explain how to use them. In the unlikely event of a loss of cabin pressure, oxygen mask will drop automatically from the panel above you. Pull the mask all the way towards you and press it firmly over mouth and nose. Then help children and incapacitated people. You'll find all safety information.
all
on the
AC
safety
buses
card
have
in the
power.
seat pocket in front of you.
Okay.
Before we take off, please make sure once again that you have switched
That's
off
what I
all
wanted
your
to check.
electronic
So I'm going to turn
devices
this
and
off.
that your seatbelt is securely fastened. Would you now adjust the backrest of your seats to an upright position? Fold up the table. in
Okay,
front of
that's
you,
what I need to
and
see.
make sure your armrests
So this
are
comes
down.
back on.
The window shades have to remain open during takeoff and landing. We now wish you a very pleasant flight with Condor. Ready for takeoff?
One small step for you,
Okay,
one giant leap for your flight safety.
we're good. Okay, Cat 3 single only, Cat 3 dual, Gen 1. Okay, so everything is good. So the IDG is off. That's supposed to be off. Both buses have power. So we're good. But we have to leave the APU on the whole flight. Okay, let's do our flight control check. Sorry, that was a stumper, dude. Okay, rudder. Full right. Full left. neutral, aileron, full right, full left, neutral, elevator, full up, full down, neutral. Flight control check is complete. So let's go. Flaps 2. Arm that. Down 0.7. Down 0.7. Okay, and auto brakes maximum. And takeoff config. Takeoff config is good, with the exception of the cabin. And ground charts. Frankfurt traffic, this is Condor 7 Papa Tango, stand Victor 158. I'll be taxiing to runway 07 center via Lima and Lima 21. Frankfurt traffic. Man, that was a stumper. Not gonna lie. Okay. So, go off the parking brake. And clear left and clear right. So we'll have to fix that on the, so we'll do this rotation as is. Oh. Alright. And then we'll have to fix that when we return to base. Can't have that for more than 10 days. Hold on. There we go.
Meine Damen und Herren, wir werden in wenigen Augenblicken die Kabinenbeleuchtung dimmen. Dies ist ein normaler Vorgang während der Starts und Landungen bei Nacht. Sie finden Ihr persönliches Leselicht in der Konsole über Ihren Köpfen oder in Ihrer Armlehne. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll shortly be dimming the cabin lights. This is normal procedure when flying in the hours of darkness. You'll find the switch of your individual reading light in the panel above your head or in your armrest.
Initial climb 4,000.
Cabin crew, the cabin is ready. Seats for departure, please.
I've never had a mel item that complex. I hope I did it right. I think I did, but believe I have to run the APU just in case, like a backup, in case that backup, the main generator goes down. Because if it goes down, I have no power. Limit 2-1. Frankfurt traffic. This is Condor 7 Papa Tango, lining up and taking off. Runway 07 center. Frankfurt traffic. Clear left and clear right.
On runway 07 center.
Run. Set chrono. Engine's 50. Man flex. 58 SRS runway heading. Auto thrust blue. Speed live. Thrust set. .100 knots. Continue. One and rotate. Okay, positive rate of climb. Gears coming up. AP1. Thrust climb.
Guten Morgen, meine Damen und Herren. Mein Name ist Michelle Kopp und ich freue mich, Sie als Mensch und Kabin an diesem begrüßen zu dürfen. Insbesondere möchte ich unsere Star-Alliance
Frankfurt traffic. This is Condor 7 Papa Tango airborne passing 2000 for 4000. Last call. Have a good one. Frankfurt traffic.
empfehlen, diese Worte während des ganzen Fluges geschlossen zu bleiben. In Kürze werden wir
Okay, flap.
Zudem werden wir unseren Bordschrank öffnen. Falls Sie einen Wunsch haben, kontaktieren Sie mich. Wir hoffen, Sie fühlen
And
sich wohl
flaps.
an Bord und wünschen Ihnen eine angenehme
And we can roll this up.
A very good
To our
morning,
cruise.
ladies and gentlemen. My name is Michelle Kopp, and
We are maxed out at 330. That is the highest we can go.
I'd like to add my personal welcome to you all and
Because of
welcome
the Mel.
our Star Alliance members. If there's anything we can do to make your journey more comfortable, please let one of us know. As the captain has already mentioned, we recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you're seated, and they must be securely fastened whenever the seatbelt sign is on. We're about to start our food and drink service. This will be followed by an opening of our in-flight shop. Please do not hesitate to ask any of us for assistance throughout the flight. You can find us in the galley or by using the call button. We hope you enjoy the flight. Thank you.
Turn our reset. Alright, you know what? That was dumb of me. Got to turn on the takeoff light. Now you see how pilots get distracted. I was so caught up in getting a Mel item. That's standard. Okay, so we're coming about 10, so light. Alright, we are well on our way up to our cruising altitude of 330. Again, we're maxed out at 330 due to this smell that we have. I will see you on the flip. About 3 hours we'll be on the descent into Ibiza. See you.